Okay, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So, hello everyone. My name is Fauzan Gavitra, and today, I will do my own task. Yeah, it's a summary video, advanced summary video, and uh, and today the title of the article is Zara Harvard Business. Yeah, Zara. So we will going to deep dive. We will going to dive deep into a story of the world biggest successful fashion brands, and yeah, it's called Zara. Okay, let's we start from the story first. So everything is everything is start in 1975 in a small town in Spain. It's called Coruna. I don't know how to spell it. Maybe it's Coruna. Yeah, and the founder of Zara, the CEO of Zara is Amincio Ortega. Yeah, for the fact, for the fun facts, Articio or Ortega is didn't want to didn't want to plan for the name is Zara, but he originally to call his want to call his store is Zorbra after maybe after he watching a popular movie in Spain, but he can't do that because uh, a nearby bar in Spain, a nearby bar of his store is already used had that name, so he cannot use that, and he rewrites the name, the letter of his signs, and come up with Zara. Yeah, before he, before Ortega opening his own store, Ortega is worked as a manufacturer for wholesalers. In this manufacture, he will learn very important lessons like what was wholesalers older often didn't match, and what the customer really want to buy. And with this lesson, he was realized, and it changed everything. After that, he decided to make. After that, he decided that his business will have one hand touching in the factory and the other is touching the store. And yeah, it's mean he want a total control over the whole process. And so oh wait, by 100 by 109 by 109 by 109,000 sorry, by 1918, Ortega is team up with Jose Maria Castellano. By the way, Jose Maria Castellano is a professor who love a technology, and together they team up and they build uh, Inditex. Yeah, the Inditex is the parent company of Zara. They use computer and information system to grow faster than anyone else in the fashion world. And by 2010, and by 2010, I Inditex Inditex had to offer 5,000 5,000 stores in 77 countries. Now, after we know about the Zara, how the Zara started, yeah, I hope you understand. And we take a look, and let's we look at why they are so different from the other countries. Sorry, countries. Let's we take a look why Zara is different from the other stores. Yeah, stores, not countries. Sorry. Yeah, to understand Zara, we must compare it to traditional retails, or we call a slow fashion. In the stores or inside of this article, we see I'm see a big difference between Zara and its competitors like the Gap. Yeah, the traditional retailers like the Gap usually place order for their clothes 9 months 9 months before the season is start, because they have to predict what the people want, uh, what the people will like so far in advance. They produce clothes in huge quantities to keep the price still low, and it provide and let's we check let's we talk about the pros and cons for the global economy for each other, and well, let's we compare it. Okay, for slow fashion slow fashion pros, it provide a stable long-term work, slow for the factories, and it's allow for every low price to the economics of scale. And the cons, because they must guess what will be trendy and what will people buy, often get wrong, and what it impacts, yeah, the clothes is don't sell, so they have to give a huge discount, and sometimes it can reach or up into 30% or more, which is it will damage their profits, and it also creates a lot of waste because unsold clothes are thrown anyway. Yeah, throw the product. Maybe it's usually there is in every company. Yeah. Okay, we let's we back into the Zara. Nah, how about the Zara version? If if Zara do the same as the slow fashion, yeah, of course now, yeah, and it is what, and this cost, and this the different, yeah, between and this is different, yeah, than the slow fashion. So uh, yeah, so Zara does the opposite. So they don't try to guess what will you want in 9 months, but they look what are you wearing today. So Zara is create a virtuous circle where they listen to the customer, produce a small batch of trendy clothes, and get them to the store in just a week. This means they rarely have to give a big discount, because yeah, they just only make what the people want in a small batch or in a small quantities. And because of this fast, yeah, this fast model puts. Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot to say. Yeah, they because Zara is just make a small batch. It's easily to Zara to get them store in their store in just a weeks. Yeah, of course, it's really fast, and because this fast, this fast model, but because because Zara is really fast to sending their clothes, it make a lot of pressure on the supply chains and requires some energy for frequent shipping by truck and plane. So, how exactly does a price of clothing go from a simple drawing to the store shelf so quickly? So let's we take a look on the most unique part of Zara. Okay, let's we see the journey of Zara. Let's be of Zara garment. So there's some step in Zara. First is the customer feedback. Uh, Everything is begins at the stores. Store managers, store managers is what the customer buy and listen to them, and after that the managers is send this information daily to the hot quarters in Spain. Yeah, and next is the designer teams. The designer teams at the headquarters is the designer is work not just in small place, but the designers is work in a large space and open office. They sit next to the commercial uh, pro and pro current planners. When they get a feedback from the stores, they quickly draw a sketch. They don't just make a few design out of for clothes, no, but they create a lot, about 24,000 new product every year. And uh, unlike the other brand, have Zara have owned many of its own factory in Spain, Portugal, Morocco. For trendy items, they keep the fabric undyed until the last minute, so they can change the color based on what is the popular today. They use a just-in-time system, which is they learn from the Toyota. So with this system, they can minimize and maximize the production speed. And every single piece of clothing, no matter where it's made, no matter where it's made, it will goes back into the central distribution center in Spain, and they use a massive they use they use a massive monorail system to move millions of clothes. And the last of the finished part is the store shelf. From Spain, clothes are shipped by truck or plane. They are stored in Europe within 24 until 36 hours, and the rest of the world in 48 until 72 hours. And of course, store will get a new delivers just in twice a week. And what is it makes so unique? Yeah, maybe we already know. Yeah, the make it unique is the speed and the feedback loop. Yeah, well, the traditional store takes a month to produce their clothes, and the traditional market is sold gas. So Zara don't do that. So Zara can go from a distance cash to a store health in as a little 2 until 3 weeks. They create a sense of urgency. Customer know so customer know that if they don't buy the shirt today, it might be gone tomorrow because Zara just produce in small quantities. But of course, being fast isn't always easy. Zara had to smart use the technology to manage its growth. Yeah. As Zara grow, they face a big problem like inventory allocation. Store managers were often greedy and asked for more clothes that they need because their salary depend on the sales. This caused shortage. This causing a shortage in some store and too much stock in the other stores. In, two, in 2005, Zara worked with a scientist to create a new mathematical model to decide to decide exactly how shirt and pants each store should get. This is a huge innovation, even though some people were resistant to the change at first. But the new system was really successful, and it helped Zara to increase the revenue by hundreds of millions of dollars. And they also innovate their they also innovate their online store, not just offline store, which is the online store is launched in 2010 instead of hurting their physical store. The website is help them, so the customer will often look the clothes in online, and after that the customer can go to the offline store to try the clothes they choose. And finally, we will or we must talk about the future. How can brand that move this fast also be kind in our planet? Because in the summary there is some task, and uh, the task is basically uh, explain about how Zara manage their uh, clothes and not just throwing. So yeah, we cannot talk about fashion without talking the impact, right? The fashion industry use a lot of water and produce a lot of CO2. In the past, Idintex faced a criticism for its environmental practice and labor condition. However, they have worked hard to improve this. They create an eco-efficient store manual to save energy and water. Between 2009 and 2010, they actually reduce their CO2 emission and water use per sequence meter of store place. Yeah, they have an innovation. They have an innovative idea from Zara, and it's called the circular loop. To stay a leader in innovative, Zara could implement a circular economy program on a one idea is a garment to garment to fiber recycling system. Zara could place Zara could place a smart bin in every store, in every their store, and where the customer can drop off of sorry, and where the customer can drop off old Zara clothes. And the innovation is instead just donating them, Zara could use a new technology to break the old clothes back down new into the raw new fibers. These fibers could be mixed with new materials to create a brand new collection, and it's called Zara Reborn. And why this reduce the need of the raw materials and ensure that Zara fast fashion doesn't end up in a landfill. So, what is the conclusion? Yeah, the conclusion is Zara changed the world by being faster and smarter than everyone else, by listening to the customer and controlling their supply chains. They become a global leaders, but as the world changes, they have a big challenge will be stay fast while also being a great. Yeah, okay, maybe that's all from me. Thank you for watching. Sorry if I have a wrong word or have a wrong pronunciation because I'm still learning. Yeah, maybe that's all. Thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.